I'm now joined by the head coach for the Wildcats, Josh Werner. Wow, this one an absolute thriller. I was a little concerned that maybe your team was going to be a little upset after that late goal by Armstrong after the defensive zone turnover, but what did your team do to get that confidence back in the overtime and especially in the shootout to get these 2 points?
Yeah, I think our experience kicked in a little bit. We play in so many close games. The way we looked at it is it was just back to 0-0. So, the next shift was going to be big. And, we needed to get it in deep and just go back to work. And, we were able to do that. We had a couple good shifts. But, I got to give it to Armstrong. They're well coached, and they got some great players that score some big goals. So they played great, but, beating an undefeated team, is big for us, especially a division opponent, and it was a great team win.
And you say you hand them their first loss of the season. You lost to them by a single goal last time when they scored one in the final minute. So what has allowed your team to play so well against them when they've pretty much blown everyone else out of the water? Yeah,
I think it's just good team defense, and, that's what we try to preach, and that's what we want to do. And, I think just the willingness to block shots and try to keep them to the outside when we can, I think frustrates them a little bit. They like to get they work the triangle down low and look to try to hit the guy in the slot, but, a lot of things that we do, don't allow that. So I think it kind of counteracts itself, and, we were able to take advantage of some chances that we had, and it was, a win's a win.
When you had that 2-1 lead in the third period, it looked like the mindset was, we're going to force them to go the length of the ice. We're not going to give them anything easy. With the exception of that late turnover, I thought you did a really good job making it difficult on them, forcing them to earn every inch.
Yeah, and if we're going to give up a goal, that's what we want. We want them to earn it. And unfortunately, we had a bad turnover there, and there's one guy on that ice that we can't give it to, and we gave it to him, and he made us pay with a great shot. That kid's a sniper. He scored some big goals for him. He scored the game winner for him when we played him before. But it was. That's what we want. We want to be on their defensemen. We want to create some back pressures so they don't have that time to find that guy that's flying wide or anything like that.
Talk me through the importance of getting 2 goals in the first period, especially J.D. Robertson's goal with just 7 seconds remaining. It seems like any time you can score in the final few seconds, it's a big momentum boost.
Yeah, it's huge. And to get up 2 goals on them was, was big for us, especially in that first period. They came out flying, as they usually do. We just weathered that storm, and we took advantage of a couple opportunities that we had, and we made them pay for it. And it was great by Coffey and JD to bury those goals in the first.
What does a victory like this potentially do for a team?
Yeah, it's great for morale. It just shows that, one, we could play with, one of the best teams in the league, and 2, we're getting back on the right track to playing some, Latrobe hockey, and that's competing every night and giving 100% out on the ice. We had a couple bad losses early on in the season. We had a big team meeting. We worked through that, and I think there's been a big change in the way we've been playing, and we got good leadership by our guys, and like I said, we score when we create those opportunities, and that's what we want.
Lastly, you could go an entire season and not go to a shootout. I'm sure it's something that you practice at least on occasion. Take me through, from your perspective, the decision on who you sent out there, and then in particular, explain what Coffey was able to do with that spectacular winner.
Yeah, so honestly, we very rarely do breakaways in practice. All the kids want to do them all the time, but so when we put Bedek out there, Bedek scored a big goal for us in the Christmas tournament. I'm not sure if it was last year, but 2 years ago, and that was just in the back of my mind. And then for Myers, he's our captain, he's our leader, and I felt like he had a good opportunity for us. The goalie made a good save on him, and then Coffey, I seen that the goalie was, I guess you could say goofy when his blocker's on his left hand instead of his right, like other goalies. And I was thinking with a righty he'd go blocker, but he was able to open up the pads there and just slip it 5-hole. And I see him do it all the time in practice. I didn't think he was going to do it there, but that was a gutsy goal for him, and a big capitalized and had a big game for us.
It almost seemed like he went slow motion, and maybe that created a little bit of deception.
Yeah, I like it. You see guys in the NHL, they come down real fast or they come down real slow. I think it's just coming down slow, and then even his move was slow. It was just the right play.
Josh, thank you so much for doing this. Congratulations on the victory.
Yeah, thank you, Sean.